Survival tip number 1, finding clean drinking water. You are first going to want to find flowing creek water that is not near farm fields due to pesticides, manure, and other chemicals that wash off the crops into the water source. Your water filter cannot filter out pesticides and other chemicals. Using a water filter to filter your creek water into clean drinkable water is good. However, I would suggest boiling the water before you drink it to kill the bacteria. You only need to boil water for about 60 seconds to kill bacteria before putting it through your water filter. Survival tip number 2. Moss does not point towards civilization. This is a very common misconception. Moss does, however, survive in really hot climates and extremely cold conditions. Moss is a perfect material to use on an outdoor shelter to insulate it, keeping it warm and using for soft bedding to sleep on while camping or surviving in the wilderness. Survival tip number 3. If you are desperate to build a fire and have very minimal resources to actually start one, find birchwood. Birchwood is one of the most flammable wood you can find, especially birch tree bark. Birch bark will burn even when damp. If you take lots of birch bark and use some waterproof matches, you should have no problem lighting yourself a good fire. Birchwood does burn very quickly. After you have your fire started, go ahead and look for some dead oak trees. Oak wood burns longer and hotter because it is more dense. Put a few large oak wood logs on your fire and it will last for hours. Survival tip number 4. If you find yourself in a real survival situation and you absolutely have to survive outside for the foreseeable future, it is important that you do not panic, because panicking will cause calorie loss and cloud your judgment. Use slower movements and conserve calories. Set small goals to achieve in a short amount of time. Starting a fire, find water, building a shelter, finding food, in that order. Your body can go 3 weeks without food, so finding food is not important as building a fire and finding water and building shelter. Survival tip number 5. Wetness kills quicker than cold. Stay dry at all costs. When you find yourself stranded somewhere cold and snowy, do your absolute best to not overwork yourself and sweat. Take things slow and try not to get much snow on your clothes. You can use a fire to help dry out wet clothing if you are willing to take your clothes off in the cold. Staying dry is one of the most crucial elements to survival in wet conditions. That was 5 survival tips with Bebo. I hope you enjoyed. Have a good day.